Sam Kerr, the star striker for Chelsea women and captain of the Australian national team, was enjoying a rare night out. It was January 30th, 2023. Kerr and her partner, Christy Mewis, hailed a black cab in London. They were headed home after dinner. The cab ride started routinely, but Kerr, feeling unwell, suddenly needed to vomit. She spat out the window of the moving vehicle. The driver was furious. He claimed Kerr and Mewis refused to pay for cleaning. He also insisted that Mewis had damaged the cab's rear window. The driver, instead of taking Kerr and Mewis home, drove them to the Twickenham police station. Kerr and Mewis felt uneasy. The situation was escalating. They felt trapped. In a moment of panic, Mewis broke the cab's rear window to escape. They were now in even more trouble. The driver was angrier. The police were involved. What began as a simple misunderstanding had become a serious incident. Inside the station, tensions were high. The air was thick with unease as officers moved about, handling various tasks and complaints. The atmosphere was charged, a palpable sense of stress hanging over everyone present. Kerr, frustrated and feeling targeted, made a comment to the attending officer, PC Stephen Lovell. Her voice was raised, her emotions clearly visible as she tried to make her point heard amidst the chaos. "You guys are F***ing stupid and white," Kerr said, her words cutting through the noise of the station. The statement was sharp, filled with anger and frustration echoing in the room. The words hung in the air, creating an awkward silence. Everyone in the vicinity could feel the tension escalate, the atmosphere becoming even more strained. Lovell, taken aback, felt the sting of the comment. His expression shifted from surprise to a mix of hurt and anger, the impact of Kerr's words clearly visible on his face. He later testified that he was upset by Kerr's words. In the courtroom, his voice was steady but carried the weight of the incident, recounting how deeply the comment had affected him. He denied exaggerating his reaction, insisting that his feelings were genuine and that the comment had indeed been hurtful. His testimony was firm, aiming to convey the seriousness of the situation. Kerr admitted to making the comment. She didn't shy away from her words, acknowledging that they had been spoken in a moment of intense frustration. However, she insisted it was not racially motivated. Her defense was clear. The comment was born out of a sense of injustice and anger, not racial animosity. She claimed her words were directed at what she perceived as a power imbalance and an abuse of authority. Kerr's perspective was that her outburst was a reaction to feeling powerless and marginalized, a cry against what she saw as systemic issues within the police force. The incident quickly escalated into a legal battle. Kerr was charged with racially aggravated harassment. The trial, held at Kingston Crown Court, became a media sensation. The prosecution argued that Kerr's words were clearly intended to cause alarm and distress based on racial grounds. They pointed to the specific language used and the context of the situation. Kerr, they argued, had abused her position as a public figure and used her platform to spread hatred. The prosecution sought a conviction. They wanted to send a message that such behavior would not be tolerated. Section 5, the defense's case. Kerr's defense team, led by the formidable Grace Forbes, mounted a vigorous defense. They argued that Kerr's words, while ill-advised, were not motivated by racial malice. Forbes argued that Kerr, who identifies as white Anglo-Indian, understood racial prejudice. She had experienced it firsthand. Forbes argued that Kerr's outburst was a reaction to what she perceived as unfair treatment by the police. Kerr, Forbes argued, felt targeted because of her appearance and background. Her words were not intended to be racist. They were an expression of frustration and powerlessness. Section 6. The verdict. The jury, after hearing both sides of the story, deliberated for hours. The case was complex. The testimony was often emotional. The jury's decision would have far-reaching consequences. Finally, a verdict was reached, not guilty. The courtroom erupted in gasps and murmurs. Kerr, who'd remained stoic throughout the trial, showed a flicker of relief. She gave a subtle thumbs up to her lawyer, Grace Forbes. The judge, while acknowledging Kerr's acquittal, noted that her behavior had contributed to the escalation of the situation. Section 7. Public reaction and controversy. The verdict sent shockwaves through the media and public. Opinions were sharply divided. On one side, there were those who felt a sense of relief and vindication. They believed that the decision was a necessary stand for free speech, a fundamental right that should be protected at all costs. These individuals saw the verdict as a rejection of what they perceived to be an overreach by the prosecution, an attempt to stifle voices that dared to challenge the status quo. Some praised the jury's decision, seeing it as a victory for free speech and a rejection of what they perceived as overzealous prosecution. They celebrated in the streets, holding signs and sharing their joy on social media. For them, this was more than just a legal victory, it was a triumph of individual rights over governmental control. Others condemned the verdict, arguing that it sent a dangerous message that people in positions of power could use inflammatory language without consequences, and they feared that this decision would embolden others to speak recklessly, causing harm and division. The anger and frustration were palpable, with protests erupting and heated debates taking place both online and offline. Kerr's own words were dissected and debated. Every statement she made was scrutinized, with analysts and commentators trying to decipher her true intentions. Was she genuinely expressing her beliefs, or was there a hidden agenda? The media frenzy only added fuel to the fire, with headlines and articles dissecting every nuance of her speech. What did she really mean? This question lingered in the minds of many. Some believed that her words were taken out of context, while others felt that they revealed a deeper, more troubling mindset. The ambiguity of her statements left room for interpretation, leading to endless debates and discussions. Was she a victim of circumstance, or a privileged athlete abusing her platform? This dichotomy became the focal point of many discussions. Supporters argued that she was being unfairly targeted because of her status, while critics contended that her position of influence came with a responsibility that she had failed to uphold. The incident sparked a broader conversation about race, power, and privilege in society. It forced people to confront uncomfortable truths about the dynamics of power and the ways in which privilege can shape one's experiences and perspectives. The discussions were not limited to Kerr alone, but extended to the larger societal issues that her case had brought to the forefront. It highlighted the complexities of these issues and the challenges of navigating them in a world where perceptions and biases often shape our experiences. The case of Sam Kerr became a microcosm of the larger societal debates, illustrating how deeply entrenched these issues are and how difficult it can be to find common ground. The public reaction and controversy surrounding the verdict served as a reminder of the ongoing struggle to balance free speech with accountability and the need for continued dialogue and understanding. Section 8. The weight of the captain's armband. The controversy had a significant impact on Kerr's career. As captain of the Australian national team, the Matildas, Kerr was held to a high standard. Her actions, both on and off the field, were scrutinised. Some questioned her suitability to lead the team, arguing that her behaviour had tarnished the team's reputation. Others defended her, citing her contributions to Australian football and her commitment to social justice causes. Football Australia, the governing body for the sport, faced pressure to take action. Section 9. Moving forward. The incident left a mark on Sam Kerr's life. It was a moment that would forever be etched in her memory. A turning point that forced her to re-evaluate many aspects of her existence. The weight of the situation was not just a fleeting feeling. It was a profound shift that made her question her values, her decisions, and her future. It forced her to confront difficult questions about her own identity and her place in the world. She spent countless hours in introspection, trying to understand who she truly was beyond the public persona. The incident made her realize the importance of authenticity and the courage it takes to be true to oneself, even when faced with adversity. While legally cleared, the experience underscored the weight of her words and the responsibility that came with her platform. She understood that her voice had power, and with that power came a significant responsibility. The legal battles were over, but the lessons learned were just beginning to unfold. She knew she had to be more mindful of her actions and the impact they could have on others. Kerr, known for her resilience and determination, continued her career. She did not let the incident define her, but used it as a stepping stone to grow stronger. On the field, she was more focused than ever, channeling her energy into her passion for football. Her performance was a testament to her unwavering spirit and her ability to rise above challenges. She returned to football with a renewed sense of purpose, using her platform to advocate for social justice and equality. Her experiences had given her a deeper understanding of the issues that many people face, and she was determined to use her influence to make a difference. Whether speaking at events or engaging with fans, she made it clear that her journey was about more than just sports. It was about making a positive impact on society. The journey ahead would not be easy, but Kerr was determined to learn from the experience and use it as a catalyst for positive change. She knew that every step forward would come with its own set of challenges, but she was ready to face them head-on. Her story was one of resilience, growth, and the relentless pursuit of a better future, not just for herself, but for everyone she could reach through her platform.